rent-free in my head. Another segment. All right. The rest of these are all, oh, that's the same tweet? No, it's not. Okay. The rest of this is the straight up, like, just reaction to everything else. Let's get through it because I want to move on.
Stuff there. People were upset about it. Also, correct, of course. It's obviously true that men and women can't really be platonic friends. There are exceptions, of course. There are exceptions to most general principles. Okay, but it's impossible to talk about anything if we're not able to make reasonable generalizations. And we can't. That's why we can't talk about anything, because people are always obsessed with the exceptions. That's another one of the pedantic things people do online that annoys me. You're talking about general principles, and someone always says, no, I'm aware of an exception. I personally am aware, anecdotally, of an exception. Let me tell you all about the exception I know about. No.
Okay, I don't even have to, like, break that down, but, like, he's not wrong in the idea of general perception being the way you should have a conversation with somebody, because then you can devolve into how you would then build society or have a conversation on a societal topic from that point. But if enough people say this anecdote is like a way I've lived and the way the people around me lived, to the point where, like, it's like half your country, then no. Or half your society, then no. Sorry, I keep clicking away.
This is a reasonable generalization, and it's true. Men and women can't be friends. That doesn't mean they can't work together. It doesn't mean they can't function around each other. It just means that they can't be buds. They can't be pals in the same way that men can be pals with each other or women with each other.
Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. I ain't even peeped that. That argument is infallible. It cannot be disputed. Because if I had to break it apart, I would say that's stupid, because you're obviously saying that men and men who are not, like, together. Oh my God, that makes no sense. I cannot stress to you guys enough how many times I've, like, just said this today. And it's such a problem for me because I've been saying the same thing for 4 months. You are directly projecting the shit that you are talking about into your own thesis to make it sound like it's more legit. Obviously, the boys will be boys, but get a bunch of black men in a circle with one of their friends being gay and watch that gay friend do something that if another guy did it, they'd be like, hey, oh, come on, watch out. Do it with the gay friend. Hey, I'm not into that homo shit. Fuck is like... The idea that men and women can't be friends on a primal level because there's I know he's going to talk about, like, a sex drive or something. Maybe even not, because there's only a couple seconds left in the clip. But the fuck are you? Oh my God, they make this so fucking easy. Oh my God. Okay. Hold on. I'm jumping ahead because my brain, bro.
Now, when talking about this subject, the first thing we have to say is, and don't take this the wrong way, ladies, but your opinion doesn't count, okay? Your opinion doesn't matter here. Doesn't matter what you say. And I'll tell you why. I know that a lot of you think men and women can be friends, but it takes two to tango. And sadly, men, much of the time, have an entirely different dance in mind. As for men who claim that they have many dear friends who are women,
mods, clap
some of those guys are gay,
don't touch it.
And the rest are lying. Sadly, men, much of the time, have an entirely different dance in mind.
Oh my God, fuck off! No, okay. Hold up. Wait. Suck my dick, no, you can't take that stance. You can't take that stance.
Tango. And sadly, men, much of the time, have an entirely different dance in mind.
Yo, ladies, where my women at? Where my women at in the chat? I know there's at least one. For y'all watch, for my ladies. Oh my God, he just alluded to the idea that all men want from you is sex. You are just a hole to be used. And, like, women are too ditzy to figure it out, so they'll think that they're friends. But if you were to throw a man some pussy, he'd immediately... Fuck the entire identity of polyamorous relationships right now. Fuck the entire idea of like friends with benefits. Fuck the entire idea of a standard relationship that you're just allowing to sit at the idols of where you're at because that works for both of you, and the necessary not move to the next step ideas because of the where you are in your place in life, and you feel comfortable and you feel yo. Pramila J. Powell gave Biden an A on how he's done in those last first 100 days. I'll go through that at the end of this. Oh my God, women, you are literally an object. That's it. That's there. Here's my Vosh take. Here's my Vosh take on this. Here's my Vosh take thus far. I think he's correct. Women shouldn't have a say because they're that fucking stupid that they can't tell the difference between when a man really wants them and when a man wants to be friends. Except for, hold on, wait, check my notes here, which is just my voter registration. That's bullshit. They can't work together. They can work together. They can, fraternize together, but they can't be buddy. Not because, men take personal relationships with men much differently than they do with women. And that goes on to re-echo the idea of the patriarchy and how we view literal human beings as a class on their own based on male and female to allow us to be able to discuss their abilities and whatnot and all that bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But that's incel talk. That's incel shit. The people who don't pay their fair share in this country are the poor. We need to raise taxes on the poor.
I was screaming at the television when he's talking about taxes because what he is saying is so obviously asinine. When he says that rich people don't pay their fair share in this country, that is just an abject, disgusting lie.
How is it a lie? We covered a Ben Shapiro thing where he agreed that Tucker Carlson is a nationalist, right? A populist. He agreed with that. The guys who have the money are like, well, not all of them. Okay, let me not give the all of them thing. But the guys who have the money, the guys who have the fucking money, literally said, yeah, we kind of should be paying more. Like, you're actually kind of right about that. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. It's okay. No, you're good. Women are stupid, men are lusty, and I'm not super straight, I'm just transphobic. Yo, facts.
Is a lie. The top 10% of income earners in this country pay all net taxes, not some of the net taxes. The top 10% of income earners in this country pay all net taxes, not some of the net taxes, all of the net taxes, because net taxes are defined as what you pay into the government minus what you get back from the government. So if you get back from the government more than you paid in, this means that you were not a person who paid net taxes into the government. Only the people at the top of the spectrum are paying net taxes in this country. All of the net taxes in this country. Yeah. When he says they're not paying their fair share, the only thing he means by they're not paying their fair share is it should be nearly all of your income goes to the federal government. And when he says things like,
Okay. Let me unpack that. Hold on! Don't do it, because people are reading that on YouTube and they're getting to the point ahead of time. Hold on. When you say net tax, so somebody on my YouTube was like, you should debate Steven Crowder. That would be awesome. Like, because it looks like you're just gonna make a bunch of bad faith comments. It looks like you wouldn't be the same way in person. What if you were on Tucker Carlson's show? What if you were doing this? What if you were doing that? Blah 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 this, blah 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 that. This is why it's at the end. I swear to God, it's at the end of all this, because that's the last thing I want to do. Why would you want me to debate people like this? Like, I'm never going to get my side across. I'm literally going to spend all the time being like, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's also wrong. Wait, why are all your worldviews based on wrong shit? Where down in the description, down in the if you roll down to the about me section, it's there.
I'm not going to tax anybody who's making under $400,000 a year. He is lying to you through his teeth. When he says I'm going to tax corporations, corporations are not human beings for purposes of taxes. The money that would have been passed on to you via income is being taxed up here. That money is now being withdrawn from the system and taken away from you. Corporations are going to have to raise prices in order to deal with the taxation effects.
But you make record billions of dollars per year, per quarter. We just covered a segment on this 20 minutes ago where Google has $58.8 billion in profit. That means everybody is paid for. Everything is paid. Every employee, every manufacturing cost, every this, every that. We are so covered that we are $58.8 billion in the black. That's correct, Dad, right? Sorry, when you're in the red, you're in the negative. When you're in the black, you're in the good. Thank you. Trickle down economics.
When he says that I'm going to tax...
Aren't you Jewish? See, there's a battle rap bar we're going to add in here. We're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Oh, no, I'm not going to look it up because I don't want to... There's a battle rap bar in here. But it's like, I know, I appreciate you putting your 2 cents in. I know as a Jew, that's very hard for you to do. Like,
tax
are
all
you
of these rich
serious?
people on their capital gains taxes. What do you think those rich people are going to do rather than put their money in the stock market where they get taxed on capital gains? They're not going to put their money in the stock market. So what happens to your 401k if you're a union member or a teacher's union member? What do you think happens to all the other 50% of the population who are invested in the stock market right now? And what happens to the businesses that hire you when Joe Biden decides that your boss needs to be taxed out of existence in order so that he can determine where the dollars go? This jackass who's never created a single job in his entire life.
The people who don't...
He never created a single job in his entire life. Yo, okay, I'm gonna take the Republican. I'm gonna take the Republican standhold on this. Watch this. Y'all gonna love this. Hold on. Wait. You mean the segregationist that was about having more police officers to stop the monkeys in the racial jungle? He created jobs then, if you want to go that far. It's like, even on your own cognizance of why you hate the man, you're still hypocritical. You sat in a room with white men and just said this with your chest. Like, oh my God, put one dude who, yo.
don't pay their fair share in this country are the poor. We need to raise taxes on the poor. I'm not joking. The poor in this country pay zero. The lower middle class in this country pay net zero. So we have a group of people who pay no taxes, a group of people who pay no net taxes, a group of people who pay all the net taxes. And his argument is that it's category 3 who don't pay their fair share.
If anybody is watching this right now and asks the question of, Marquise, Paradigm, since most of you call me Paradigm, why do you scream so much on stream? Why do you be yelling all the time? You know, Hassan does it a few times. Vosh does it a few times. Mike from PA do it. Denims gets a little, angry, mad. Why do you be yelling a lot? Because there's this echoing sentiment that, like, people on the left, let me even be nicer about this because I want to drill the point home. Black people have to be nice to this other group of people in order for us to find racial harmony, kumbaya, whatever. Listening to this from a neutral standpoint would infuriate me. Listening to it, knowing what your ulterior motive is when you say these words out loud, infuriates me further. Listening to this thinking that I would be a fan of this is asinine because you're literally going to walk outside and say, yeah, I heard this guy say that. Why aren't we doing that? He brought up plenty of good facts. You are already so delusionally in the hold you are so delusionally in the hole. And I already did the whole white supremacy Eisen Solskjaer thing. Like, if you missed that, it's on the YouTube. What pattern of like thought are you following if at the same time you do know that the main movement of what you're saying, the people who you are saying that like are on your side of thought, think so highly negative of like, I can't even track that thought. It is so hard for me to follow from step 1 to step 2 how you got there.
Net taxes, a group of people who pay all the net taxes. And his argument is that it's category 3 who don't pay their fair share. Fair share means your percentage of taxes. We've determined that there are some people who shouldn't pay any percent of taxes. The only fair taxing system is one in which everyone pays.
Guys, why is that so easy? Why are there people who are multimillionaires who have houses and shit and just doing this, that, and the other? How is it so easy for them to come up with that shit and I can just Google it in 5 seconds and like debunk it? All of this makes perfect sense for one reason. The more money you have, obviously, the more taxes you would pay. Poor people don't pay a lot of taxes because they don't have a lot of money. If we tax every dollar equally, you end up finding out that the top 1%, with that ratio right there, do not pay their fair share. As a matter of fact, we can go back to the beginning of this argument. First, when I started on Twitch, we'll go all the way back to the start. If somebody has $8 million and they give you $50, $50, versus a person who has $100 and gives you $50, the $100 person just gave you half of everything they have. The person with the 8 million just gave you like less than they would probably spend to get their slippers delivered to them every morning. Therefore, poor people can't invest in any type of infrastructure that generates wealth. Unless they do it through, I'm kind of happy that my dad did that for me already. Collector's items, vintage stuff, things that appreciate in value over time, or at least that you hope appreciate in value over time. My head is shiny. I hate that. But right here, it clearly shows, like, everybody pay taxes. 12, 3, 9, 10, 21, 16. It gets smaller. 11, equal. That's about middle class. 16, 20. You earn more, so you're in a smaller bracket of people, but you still pay more. The top 1% have enough money that they can pay those taxes and then invest in things that make the money back. They find loopholes in the tax code to avoid them spending money, thus further. And they offset and make more profits. That's why the rich stay richer. How are we confused here? Remember FDR? Oh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I'm 19 minutes into a segment. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. All right. Is there like a time limit on that? I think it's like a 3-minute or 5-minute time limit. Okay, 19:24. Bro, this is the worst time to do that because I'm literally like raging at people right now. Okay. Steven Crowder, can I redeem for extra cursing? Set the you to mod. You're the one who has to approve it. If you don't approve it, you just give him his money back.
You can see how.
Okay. Steven Crowder had a reaction. Matter of fact, YouTube, I'm splitting this up into 2 segments. So watch the second one.